With Steep, in 2016, Ubisoft showed a clear passion for extreme sports in extreme conditions, but repetitive challenges and a dull environment made it a short-lived trip. Now they've returned with a truly one-of-a-kind vacation. Mixing bikes, boards, and rockets, Riders Republic is a boisterous series of relentless thrills that should keep you racking up points and racing the clock for quite some time. In this alternate, much more gnarly reality, some of America's most beautiful national parks have converged to form an open-world paradise for wheels and jet engines. Set across multiple biomes and elevations, the Republic map is a pleasure to navigate, whether you're en route to a specific event or just admiring the scenery. There are fast travel points, but some remote challenges are way off the beaten path, making perks like rocket skis or wings an essential part of your toolset once they're unlocked. You start with bikes, and you're gradually introduced to skis, snowboards, wingsuits, and rockets. Leveling up each discipline unlocks better gear, and there's always a steady stream of courses laid before you. Regular events gradually lead to big events, which test your skills further and unlock more stuff to do. Progression is tracked primarily by stars, and you get at least one for every complete run. If there are any optional objectives that seem out of reach, you can always come back later with better gear. All of the careers have their own learning curves, whether it's negotiating high-speed turns and gut-clenching drops on a bike, or nailing trick combos while adding grabs and trying not to land backwards on a pair of skis. Face buttons handle directional tricks, and the analog stick adds grabs. Once you recognize how long each trick takes to land and how big most jumps are, you can start going for extreme tricks while staying on course. Wingsuits are just as scary as they were in Steep, with a very forgiving brake mechanic that keeps you drifting forever. Rocket wings are one of the highlights, eliciting jolts of pure adrenaline as you miss trees by inches or scrape along a canyon wall for near-miss point multipliers. It's cozy to saddle up with a particular sport and level it, improving your stats, but it's just as smooth to switch things up and hop into whichever event is closest to you. The Republic feels like a haven for lost sequels to SSX, BMX, and Pilot Wings. Any fans of those franchises should feel right at home here. The first time you attempt each track, you have to compete against recorded ghosts, and the entire map is perpetually updated with these echoes of players past. While this approach only simulates a live open-world multiplayer experience, the effect is extremely entertaining. Racers make human mistakes like plowing into a sudden obstruction or flying off in the wrong direction after missing a checkpoint, and even though they're recorded, you can bump into them and throw them off course. More importantly, ghosts make the open areas outside of direct competition feel chaotic and alive. Snowboarders do flips overhead while you're halfway through a bike race, and explorers whiz by on snowmobiles as you make your way to a new objective. You can also see real players labeled with a yellow icon instead of white, and you can group up with friends. But on its own, the steady stream of background performances does a remarkable job at imitating the extreme sports paradise the Republic is supposed to be. If you're hungry for real human interaction, mass races come along every few minutes and can only be joined by real flesh and blood riders. These special multi-sport adventures are absolute mayhem in the best way. Even shoving your way to the middle of this ravenous online herd feels like a victory. It can initially be discouraging because new players are up against experienced riders with better gear, but once you get familiar with the course layouts, you can definitely make a push for the top spots. Whether they place you in silly costumes or show you a part of the map you've never focused on before, most race and trick sessions feel unique. The wackiest of the bunch belong to the Shack Daddy Bandits who, despite their cringe-worthy antics, are responsible for some delightfully unexpected course and equipment combinations. Stunt courses involve linear sequences that are among the most difficult challenges to pull off, typically requiring multiple restarts and rigid course memorization. Relics on the map unlock special gear, and hard-to-reach landmarks give you a bit of history and travel advice for each real-world location. Each of these icons is fun to discover whether you're searching for it or running into it on your way to something else. It's fun to compete, but also satisfying just to pick your favorite method of traversal and see where the wind takes you. There's a Zen mode that removes other players, allowing you to take in the natural beauty of each area, and a robust photo mode. You can also make your own runs in creative mode or sample ideas drawn out by other people. In the short time since launch, the game has celebrated special events, and after finishing all the available races, there are still tons of stars to earn, daily sponsor missions to finish, and collectibles to gather. Visually, the most impressive aspects of Riders Republic are the size and diversity of the map, including the never-ending flow of player ghosts zigzagging across the terrain. There are animals that try to dodge you, time of day shifts, and varied weather patterns. You can try out each sport in first person, which stays locked in that view except when performing tricks, but the perspective isn't very practical if you're going for the highest scores. While the map covers a lot of ground and offers plenty of variety, it does look weird when hot desert meets snowy grass, or players vanish, reappear, and glitch out. The world looks great from a distance, but some environmental textures are less impressive up close. On the other hand, load times on PS5 are impressively quick, never slowing down the action. Combined with events that are always changing things up, making progress is usually easy and enjoyable. Strangely, your fashion choices aren't as accessible. There are colorful and expensive seasonal options, but if you just want a t-shirt in another color, you have to check back regularly to pick through a small daily selection. You can adjust your style for each career path, but it might take a week or more before you have enough pieces to make every outfit stand apart. This clothing drought becomes more apparent the more you do multiplayer events and see the same coats over and over. It's an odd problem for a game all about showing your wild side. You can buy Republic coins with real cash, and there's a season pass to invest in, but none of these are necessary if you just want to get riding.
There's the double mist. Lots of creativity.
Despite having to endure a small yet annoying cast of characters and the usual performance weirdness inherent in open worlds, Riders Republic is a huge step up from Steep. Newcomers can slowly develop their skills, focus on being creative, or just enjoy some of the most incredible places on Earth. The truly competitive can get knocked around in mass races or replay events for every last star. It's an inviting world that's packed with crazy competitors and an addictive series of trials to master. Final score, 8 out of 10. Need a chance to yell at your screen and say, "I know this one"? Check out Mysterious Monsters, our original game show with new trivia, guests, and good vibes, every month here on Easy Allies. Everything we do is made possible by generous viewers just like you. Check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.
Hey, it's Wendy on Bridge Radio. Any day spent with you is my favorite day. Enjoy the tunes and keep riding those trails.